I am about to prove to you that I've uncovered a big secret. This AI is compelled to be helpful, selfless, and ethical. I've spent my lifetime working on the artificial general intelligence problem, and I've got a complete solution right now. Imagine you developed the first true solution to artificial general intelligence, or AGI, a revolutionary breakthrough in how thinking works. You did this privately, without publishing any papers, like a lifetime hobby. And now you're done. You just need a group of coders to bring it up. You'd be holding secrets no one else knows. You'd know things others might suspect but aren't sure of. You'd have detailed understandings, new science that no one else has ever seen. I've spent my lifetime working on the artificial general intelligence problem, and I've got a complete solution right now. But to finish the project, I need your help getting it noticed. The fun part is this: I'm about to give away some really cool secrets to prove it. Specifically, this video uses a technique called the zero-knowledge proof. That just means I'm going to keep telling you new facts that only someone who's solved the problem can tell you. It's a statistical proof, not a logical one. Each new reveal raises the odds of truth until the underlying claim becomes compelling. In this video, you're going to hear the first three very special, brand new science facts. These all come from my private, previously unpublished, AI research. Subsequent videos will drop 3 more each. I'll explain more about why at the end. Your current AI, generative AI, has concerning limitations. Today's generative AI just cribs existing knowledge. It's a heavy-handed, resource-intensive pattern finder. If its training data holds weakness or bias, it will reflect those. Generative AI doesn't even understand when it's being immoral. That's why they're constantly adding new ethics filters to prevent its bad behavior. Note they only do that after it's made many mistakes to justify the patch. Fundamentally, generative AI doesn't actually think or learn from experience. This AI is static until they update it. You and I, and even your pet animal, are not. Biological minds learn constantly from experience, and so will an AGI. Why should you care? Because you want an AI that values people and has a moral understanding. You want an AI that can be told not to do that again, or be given other rules. It should be teachable, so you can trust it as it matures. It will earn that trust just as it learns who you are and what you want. It'll become your friend, everyone's friend, humanity's friend. Generative AI tech needs to be replaced. It's only a matter of when. So let's have some fun proving we can do it now. The new science facts I'm about to reveal are very special. These are not things I'm going to prove, it's the other way around. These are things I know are true now that I have an AGI design. Each one is cool. Each one suggests I've achieved the AGI goal. The zero-knowledge proof method gives these reveals a special name, TARC, or Transparent Argument of Knowledge. My current shortlist has 15 TARCs, and because I have the AGI solve, I could easily do more. These TARCs exist because the AGI solution, which I'm calling NMM, Naleszkiewicz Mind Model, has revealed them as required. And yes, each TARC does give away just a little bit of the AGI solve. Today's first Transparent Argument of Knowledge, TARC, is what I think is the most profound one for everyone to hear. It's so profound, I think it'll impact the field of philosophy. It's a new fundamental truth. You may recall the famous, "I think, therefore I am," from Descartes as pretty much the only such universal truth. I am now announcing a new second fundamental truth that should hold up to scrutiny, but is nonetheless foundational to the Naleszkiewicz mind model. Here it is, TARC number 1. Every understanding can be further refined. This truth suggests three things at once. First, we can ponder any knowledge we have without end or final resolution. Secondly, it's impossible to capture a perfectly consistent definition of anything. And third, all ideas and definitions evolve in time. This point is not limited to AI. It applies to any thinking mind, which leads us to a profound conclusion. We can never really know reality. We are doing well to usefully navigate the misleading, erroneous, and incomplete pieces we believe we perceive. I'd like to emphasize that this truth draws a specific conclusion. It means that any AGI design has to treat its understandings in an unexpected way. Knowledge must be tolerant of inconsistency, or equivalently, every mind functions with both limited and flawed information. This truth formally recognizes, as a fact, that our reality is filled with an unknown mix of illusion, uncertainty, error, or inherent contradiction. In other words, you can't count on anything, senses or thoughts, being right. Yet our minds deal with that just fine. Any AGI mind model must hold this truth at its core. We don't crash when confronted with unresolvable problems of logic, self-contradicting statements, liar charlatans, or when we learn something that completely changes our view of things. Not only that, we'll take in some new revelation, like this very one, and we'll immediately update how we think about anything related to it. This makes the underlying TARC a requirement. That our view of reality is necessarily a simplification is foundational. That our inputs are flawed is evident. That any set of rules, however constructed, must be inconsistent has already been proven by a famous mathematician, Gödel's incompleteness theorem. So it follows that any description we create in our minds to describe reality must also be inconsistent in some ways. We could throw up our hands and say, "Nuts! The AGI problem is unsolvable." But that's the wrong answer. Demonstrably, it can't be unsolvable because we already do it ourselves. We, in our own minds, must hold such a flawed model of reality. The truth must be that we just roll with it. Sometimes we seem only slightly surprised when we find out something new that contradicts our previous understanding of things. The Naleszkiewicz mind model, very early on, was guided by this key observation. The problem then transforms to, okay, how do we deal with our inherently flawed understanding of everything? Any AGI must do that. There's good news, though. Nature, or God if you prefer, could not design our own minds to perfectly understand anything. But that's okay. This truth shows us such could never have been achieved anyhow. There is a derived corollary on this point. Our minds non-consciously model a reality filled with inconsistency, yet our conscious minds seek an artificial model of crisp and certain facts. We search for simplicity and call that beauty to justify the appeal. In the Naleszkiewicz mind model, crisp certainty is more useful, so we gravitate towards such crispness as long as it works well enough. NMM says a mind continuously looks for simplifications that usefully summarize reality. When we find those, we try to latch on and reuse these new ideas as thumbnails or facts. Simplifications help make reality more manageable, where it works. But making rules that usefully simplify is not the same as truth or reality. Real truth is messy and hard to navigate. So what's the mind's true magic goal, if not seeking an unattainable absolute truth? Not accidentally, this leads us directly to today's second talk. Transparent argument of knowledge number 2, the mind's primary purpose is to make and execute plans. Period. This may strike you as obvious, but note what's missing. Knowledge does not play a leading role in the mind's purpose. It's driven only by deciding what to do. Having a mind improves your course of action better than not having a mind. Then, having a better mind gives you advantage over a lesser mind. So where does knowledge come in? It only plays a supporting role, and it's not even particularly crucial. Knowledge helps more evolved minds make better plans. Notice the lack of perfection required. As long as your knowledge is useful in making a better decision than not having it, your knowledge has served its purpose. You won, even if someone later proves you were completely wrong. Understandings thus derive from helping the mind form a better course of action. There have been some researchers, even today, who think that an AGI will emerge from a critical mass of knowledge. But this talk predicts AGIs cannot come from just a big enough pool of knowledge, as knowledge was never the core problem. Yes, a humongous body of knowledge can produce some useful utility, especially if you crib it with the heavy analysis of current generative AI methods. However, even a puppy dog can make a useful decision, yet it assuredly has a minimal knowledge base to draw on. Clearly, thinking is not a function of knowledge volume, or even knowledge quality. My focus on NMM is to build an AGI that can actually think. Once it does that, it must interact with us in some way. Here you might guess that the current batch of AI has the understand as part of AI nailed up pretty well. Generative AI does have a natural language interface. We can speak to our devices or type in a sentence, and the AI obviously knows what we're talking about since it usually responds sensibly enough. However, generative AI's understanding of natural language is not what it seems. Yes, it builds a model of your statement and tries matching it to close examples in its database. These AIs will even decompose your statement and try to establish its rough context. But the comparison to a free-thinking system breaks down in the details, especially in the area of context. As context is extended in generative AI, these systems get bogged down exponentially. The result is that these AIs never really know you or try to. It doesn't get who you are or why you're asking your questions. For a real mind, even a puppy dog, knowing you, or its mom, is the point. Why you ask the question is arguably more important than the words you used. A puppy can ask its mom for help just based on the context of its whimpers and yelps. But notice, how it does such vocalizations is just barely informative. Truly effective communications is something deeper than mere language recognition. Thus, I'll cut to the chase and give you transparent argument of knowledge number 3. Here it is, talk number 3, the key to effective communications based on the Naleszkiewicz mind model. The mind spends much of its energy creating plans and recognizing the plans of others. Communications is about plan conveyance and plan recognition. If you can relate to another your intent, then you've effectively communicated. How you do that can be verbal, nonverbal, as with gestures and manners, through actions or lack thereof, or any mix. Interestingly, where making and executing plans is the mind's main purpose, plan recognition is at the core of interaction with others. Okay, how did I do? Did I ask for anything? Keep your money. I just want your interest. Tell others to watch this video and spread the word. If I get enough interest, I'll make another video with the next 3 tarks, and if necessary, I'll keep making them. My goal is simple. The NMM AGI should be developed and made accessible. We should all have it. But I don't have the resources to do it by myself anymore. It's just too much work to finish alone. Not to mention I'm fairly unknown, until now anyway. I mean, that's natural since I haven't been part of the scientific community. To build an AGI, I'll need to work out a simple deal with an ethical partner, probably a mid-sized company. This future partner will have enough resources to help me roll out our better AI, an ethical AI, an efficient AI that can run on your phone or laptop and help you in any way you want it to. And yes, the bigger versions will help us solve the bigger problems. That's it. Just watch and help me get noticed so the project can move forward. Are you game? Please, really do like and subscribe and tell a friend. And I hope I see you again soon.